welcome back to my channel. So today is day 2 of the Aldi coffee advent calendar. I'm so excited to see what flavor it is today. So let's get started. All right, so the flavor today on our coffee advent calendar for day 2. Let's see, there we go. Yesterday I ripped it. Not doing much better this time. Let's see, toasted marshmallow. So let's go make that and then we'll have a chat. Okay, so for today, I did things a little different. I put everything in my cup already. And then my coconut milk. So hopefully I will get this done a little bit faster. Alright, so I didn't show you mixing up my coconut milk in my coffee, but it's really good. There you go. I don't like marshmallows, so cautiously trying it. That's actually pretty good. I'm not sure it tastes like marshmallow, but all right. And now I'll show you my I call them cowboy beans, I think. I'll show the recipe below. It's very simple, and I tweaked it a little bit because I did not add bacon, because the bacon I have is pork bacon and it's fat. So I'm eating an email, so I don't want to do that. So I put my sauce in it, and then I put a little bit of red peppers on top. So I'm just excited at how much of it actually came from my garden, because that's my goal, is to make as much as I can from my garden. So I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but I have, as of yesterday, I think I have like 30 something jars in the last week and a half that I've used up. That is amazing. Sometimes I'll have weeks where I don't use much, but just today I did 2 jars. So it's like, that's pretty. And my supper time I'll probably have more, because actually maybe I won't, because if I make soup tonight, it's going to be fresh, because I'm just making up what I have. I'm using what I have. So anyway, I'm just excited because last night I made soup the same way. It was pretty much from my freezer. So anyway, I'll flip you around and show you the cowboy beans. Okay. So kidney beans, black-eyed peas from my garden. I am making cowboy beans, or my version of it. Some ground beef with peppers, onions, and then I added celery. That's my addition. And then I'm going to be putting some spices in here, along with some barbecue sauce. And there we go. I have all the spices in here. We have garlic and onion powder and paprika, 1 teaspoon of each. And then I have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And what you can't see is Worcestershire sauce. Probably said that wrong. And then I put 2 teaspoons of chili powder in here. So now I'm going to mix it up. Oh, whoops. Hot. I already had a spoon. There we go. And then I'm going to put it, I'm supposed to put broth in here. I'm going to do that. Only a cup. Mix that. Okay. Now I'm going to put the meat in. Let's see, it's right there, but I need a hot pad because it's a little hotter than I'm comfortable touching. There we go. Right. And then mix that together. And then the last thing you add is a barbecue sauce. I'm not adding that until I go to eat it, because I have a special barbecue sauce that I eat because I can't do tomatoes. So there we go. Barbecue sauce, cowboy beans with a lot of my own meat, because the meat was from my husband butchered up with my father-in-law. Potatoes, the peppers, celery, and onions are all from the garden. So, and then the barbecue sauce I actually made from cranberries. So I didn't make all the ingredients in the cranberry sauce or in the barbecue sauce, but I did make it. So that's pretty good. All right, so here you go. I know this recipe I made it a little different because I made more beans in mine than the regular recipe does, but that's just because I crave beans and I would eat probably my weight in beans if I could. So I added more beans and probably a little bit more spices because I like things a little saltier than most recipes call for. So there we are. All right, so a few more things to share with you that are exciting, like different, or just things that I probably haven't talked about on this channel. So was last month. It's probably a while. It's been a while. There was a company that went out of business in Minnesota, Illinois, or actually I don't know if it was Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and possibly Iowa. I don't remember exactly where all of the farms were, that a chicken company went out of business and they left the farmers with all the chickens. Unfortunately, they didn't get paid for the food. No idea what the farmers are going to do. But anyway, the farmers were doing their best to get rid of the chickens because they were ready to get butchered. So several friends of mine got together, and it wasn't me that organized it. It was a friend of mine that actually organized it. We all pitched in and got 400 birds between the group of us, which I think there were 6 families. And then we butchered them. It was close to 300 birds. That was a lot. And another friend took several, I think she took 100 and then split them between a family member and herself. Anyway, the point is I actually was able to put in the freezer 50 chickens. So that's enough for the year. But the funny thing is my dad had asked me earlier this year if I wanted to butcher chickens. I'm like, yeah. It's like, to get good meat is not cheap. It's like if I was going to go buy it, it's like, a ridiculous amount. So he wanted new chickens. So he decided to just get a mix and then we'll butcher some. And he also got me some so that I had 25 and then he had, I don't remember how many he had. So I actually have 70 chickens. So that should keep me for a year and a half. So I was really excited about that. And then this year, for the very first time, my oldest son, talks my husband into going deer hunting. So here kind of story time, because this is kind of funny actually. So they went the first day and didn't get anything. They actually went a couple of times. This is really disappointing. The next day, my daughter went to come to church and she got her first deer with her car. And it was a buck. So yeah, there was that. She was not excited about that. Her car is now in pieces at my parents' house with my brother. My brother has graciously offered to put it back together with my oldest son. It's still not together. So my poor daughter, she just got a new car maybe 2 months ago, and it is now, she was so disappointed because her car actually looked nice. Her other one was older. She really liked her car, but it died. So she was so excited. She had a shiny car and it looked really nice, and now it looks terrible. We don't think it hurt anything internally. It just messed up one of her fenders. And then I think she had to get a new light. And my brother was able to fix between my brother and my son, they were able to fix some of the other pieces, parts and pieces. It's just, it's been quite the adventure for her. She didn't appreciate it. But because my son is familiar with butchering now, he was able to take the deer that my daughter hit thankfully, and we were able to harvest that, which was a huge blessing because it gave my husband some experience, and then my son was able to get some meat for his freezer. He really wanted to go and get another one, but when he went out, he wasn't able to get another one, which is disappointing, and my husband didn't get anything either. But we ended up with some meat because my daughter hit it with her car. Typically, it's my oldest son that does that, but I got to play a role in that. My son was able to take all the meat off, and I was able to, you know, clean it all up and get it ready to grind, because we decided to grind it up. Mostly because generally we eat more ground meat than anything else. So that was a blessing from the frustration. But anyway, those are the kinds of things that I would like to bring to my channel more. I didn't necessarily get to show you that process. I didn't take any pictures, other than I think I took a picture of the chickens in the pen. I think if I did, I'll be sure to put it in here. But that was just, I'm more interested in buying food outside of the grocery store because I feel like it's closer to natural, like how it's supposed to be, versus if it goes in the grocery store, there are so many things that have to be done to it before it can end up on the shelf that I would really like it to, the fewest ingredients and the fewest things done to it, the better. I feel like it's so much healthier. So that is my goal. I'm not sure I will raise chickens next year, since I have 70 some chickens in the freezer. And I don't necessarily always eat a chicken a week. Sometimes I do. There's 5 of us, but not all of us like chicken. So it just depends. But that is my goal, and kind of how I want to change my channel, is to be able to do those kinds of things, you know, to be able to produce things more naturally, or to purchase them more naturally, so I don't have to worry about what's in my food. I would prefer there to be like just stuff that's supposed to be in my food, not the weird ingredients. So anyway, thank you for taking along. And I know I said it before, but the marshmallow coffee for day 2 from the Aldi calendar was really good. I'm really glad I tried the marshmallow. I probably wouldn't have done it if it had been go to Aldi and pick marshmallow, because I don't like it, but it was pretty good. So if you have been kind of about trying the advent calendars, definitely try them next year. So far, I have really enjoyed them. So anyway, thanks for taking along with me, and I will see you tomorrow with another recipe, or I may do some canning. It depends. We're having a snowstorm-ish, so it kind of depends on what goes on as far as closings and stuff. So anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.